Hi everyone, Emma here, and we've got a bit of a different video today. So I've just received my new DIstress Oxide colours, and this is the second release of colours that came out a couple of days ago on the 29th of June, and they've literally just landed at my doorstep and I want to play with them. So let's play with them together and we can take a look at just how beautiful the colours are. We'll do some swatches, we'll do some stamping, and then I'll show you just a couple of ways in which you can use your DIstress Oxides. So the colours that we have are, we've got Seedless Preservatives. Now all of these colours are colours that are already present in the normal distressing line. We've just had new releases of colours that weren't previously released in DIstress Oxides. So as I said, we've got Seedless Preservatives, Picked Raspberry, Candied Apple, Abandoned Coral, Wild Honey, Twisted Citron, Lucky Clover, Peacock Feathers, and then we have Salty Ocean, Antique Linen, Frayed Burlap, and Black Soot. So let's get straight on and we'll swatch all these. Let's move a couple of them out of the way. Okay, and I'm just going to take some tags. These are from Ranger. And so I'm going to do a swatch with the ink pad straight on to the tag, and then I'm also going to do a stamp as well so we can see how they stamp. And then we'll spritz a bit of water onto each swatch so we can see how they oxidize. So let's start with Seedless Preservatives. Beautiful plummy purple, absolutely gorgeous. So let's just go ahead and swatch that directly. Absolutely gorgeous. And then I'll just take my dabber and just see if I can work that up a bit more. Yeah. So there's the Seedless Preservatives colour. Then let's do some stamping with it. Lovely, absolutely beautiful. So let's see how this one oxidizes. Just give it a little spray. Let's bring you a bit closer so you can see that. And it's starting to turn. And we're getting some lovely fading there. Really nice. Right, so let's crack on with the rest of the colours, and then we'll see how that looks when it's completely dry. So next we've got Picked Raspberry, and let's just stamp Picked Raspberry as well. These stamp absolutely beautifully. And then give that one a bit of a spray. That's beautiful. Right, Abandoned Coral. Oh, that's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I can see that being used in a lot of summary layouts and pages, stuff like that. Then we've got Candied Apple. Wow. These are so pigmented. Put those aside. Okay, I think I'm going to run out of room here to put my tags down to dry. So next, let's go with Wild Honey. I've been looking forward to this one. This is one of my favourite colours from the Distress range. Yeah, beautiful. Move you over. Let's just pop back to this purple one, the seedless preservatives, and can you see the oxidization there? It's an absolutely lovely effect. Right, let's have a bit of a spritz of this one. And we'll put this one aside. I really am running out of room now. They're going to have to go on the floor in a minute. Twisted Citron. This looks gorgeous. They are all really, really beautiful, really pigmented. They're just lovely. Spritz that one. Try and get some big droplets. Oh, and I can already see a bit of blue coming through on that Twisted Citron. That's really interesting. You'll have to go over there. Next we've got Lucky Clover. Wow, that didn't take much, did it? I do have a baby wipe over here. I am cleaning my stamp off before each application. So there's that one, Lucky Clover. That one again, that one's going good right from the get-go. You can go up there. Next we've got Peacock Feathers, another one of my absolute favourite colours from this range. Well, not just this range, the entire Tim Holtz collection. Oh yes, that is stunning. Funny, isn't it, how you can get so excited about inks and paints. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Oh, and that one's really going already. Can you see that? Beautiful. Right, you can go over there. Next we have Salty Ocean. Oh, forgot to stamp that one. I can't believe how well they all stamp. They're all amazing, absolutely amazing. And that one's going as well. That's gorgeous. That's really, you could get some really good wave sea effects with this, or sky and clouds. That is beautiful. You can go over there. Next we've got Antique Linen. I feel like I should be doing this on a black tag, but I really don't have one to hand, so we'll just see how this works. Oh no, we're getting it. That's beautiful. Oh, I still had a bit of blue in there, but that's okay, just a swatch. Oh, and that one's coming out with some beautiful yellow tones and a bit of an orangey as well. That's really nice. Then we have Frayed Burlap, which is another one of those favourite background colours that you can just use with anything. Lovely. That's nice. I think we might just do it without having to go on the floor. And then the last one we have is Black Soot. I'm really interested to see how this oxidizes. Beautiful black. Let's spray this one. Lovely. Right, I'm just going to go and dry all these off with my heat gun so that we can then take a look and see exactly what they all look like when they're dry. Right, so they're all dry now. So here is Seedless Preservatives. That's got a beautiful effect. It's got some really sort of light purple colour coming through and a tiny sort of hint of blue as well. Really nice. Then we have Picked Raspberry. That's given a lovely effect as well. Abandoned Coral. I love this colour. I really love it. Candied Apple. Wild Honey. Twisted Citron. I really love the blue coming through there. You can see that in different lights. Lucky Clover. This one's pretty. Peacock Feathers. Salty Ocean. And actually, this is turning out to be one of my favourites, the Antique Linen, because I don't know whether you can see it here, the light isn't the best, but it has a lovely hint of a milky blue colour, and it's sort of like old paint. It's beautiful. I really, really like this. Frayed Burlap. I love the effect there as well. And Black Soot, which I was kind of worried about that you'd get some of the colour showing through underneath here, but it's retained its black pigment really well. So there we go. So those are the swatches. Now I'm going to show you a couple of ways that I like to use my DIstress Oxides to make backgrounds. So again, we'll use some tags. So first of all, I'm going to show you if I apply my DIstress Oxide straight to my craft mat. So we'll go with some Wild Honey, Frayed Burlap, and what can we add in here? Have a bit of Twisted Citron. Right, so I'm going to pat these straight onto my mat. Wild Honey. Ooh. Frayed Burlap. And Twisted Citron. There we go. And I'm already getting covered in it, but still. And then I'm going to take a bit of water and when you see the bubbles appearing, that's when you know it's ready. And I'm literally going to smush my tag around inside the inks. And they're all going to blend directly onto the page. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry that with the heat gun. And then, because these inks are so amazing, we can add another layer on top of that without anything turning muddy. So let's just dry that with the heat gun. Right, that's dry now. So I'm going to go in again and I'm going to dab in certain places another layer. And then, after we've done this layer, there we go, I'm going to then add another colour. So let's dry that off. Now let's go in with something interesting. Let's go in with Peacock Feathers. So excited for this. Right, now I'm just going to add a bit of Peacock Feathers in various places. There we go. And now let's dry that layer off. Now maybe I want the Peacock Feathers watered down a bit more. So let's add quite a bit more water. And then I'm just going to dab it in other areas, just so that it's slightly lighter. And dry that one off too. Okay, so let's get rid of that. And just to show you that you really can just keep layering and layering and layering, and that this isn't going to get muddy in any way, let's take another colour. Let's take some of that Abandoned Coral. And then we'll add some bits of that in. Okay, so there we go. So there's one example of achieving a beautiful background with minimal effort from your DIstress Oxide inks. And I think those are absolutely stunning. And you can just keep adding more. They're just amazing. So there's one. Let's just get rid of that. Then another thing you can do is you can blend directly onto the page. So let's take our blending tool. And what should we go for this time? Let's go for some of that. Let's go with the wild honey first. And I'm going to take my sponge dabber, pick some of that ink up, and dab it around onto my tag. Use circular motions just to build that colour up. There we go, and we've got a nice gradient now going from darker at the edges to lighter towards the centre. They blend so well. They're absolutely stunning. Right, so there's the wild honey. Next, what should we take next? Oh, spoilt for choice. Let's go with a bit of salty ocean. So I'm just going to dab off some excess here, and I'm just going to add this in little places and blend it around. There we go. And I think we'll take a little bit of Lucky Clover. Again, tapping off some of the excess. I'm going to focus that more around the edges and the darker areas. Then we'll go with, should we go no, we'll go with a bit of picked raspberry, I think. And then let's go with some black soot, not too much, just to darken those edges up. And I'm just lifting my tag to do this so that I just get the edges. Okay, so that would be a nice background in itself. So we can blend them beautifully on the page, just like that. Then we can add some water to them, if we want to. And now they'll all start oxidizing. So let's dry that with the heat tool. And there's the effect of that. So there we have two very simple ways of creating completely different but equally gorgeous effective backgrounds. I'll just show you one more. So we use a tag again, and this time I'm going to use a Versamark stamp pad, and let's go back in with our, if I can find it. So I've just quickly grabbed a Bow Bunny set of stamps. I'm going to use this sort of crack pavement effect one. Okay, now using my Versamark, I'm going to ink up my stamp. Press it onto my tag. Go again. And we'll go for a third time. There we go, and then I'm just going to get the corner there. Right. So now I'm going to grab my tidy tray. Pop that in there. And I'm going to take some ultra thick embossing powder in clear from Ranger. I'm going to sprinkle that all over my card, all over my tag. Really give it a good covering. Not much left in this jar actually. Just pat it down and make sure everything's covered. And then I'm just going to go and dry that with the heat tool. Okay, so all of my embossing powder is now heated up, and you can see my cracked pattern there. Well, pebbly sort of pattern. So now what we're going to do is, I think we'll go for a sort of stony look. So we'll use some frayed burlap, black soot and some salty ocean. And then I'm going to take my dabber. We'll start with frayed burlap. And start applying directly onto the card and over that embossing powder. And as you can see, the embossing powder is creating a resist effect. You can do this with any stamp whatsoever. And there's that one. Then let's add some black soot to darken up some areas. And then let's just add a touch of salty ocean in a few places. And there we go. So that is another really, really interesting but quick and simple technique that you can do to create lovely backgrounds. And then of course, if you do go and wipe over the embossing powder with a bit of kitchen towel, the effect comes through even more then. Just like that. And if you want to, of course, you can go and add some water and then give it a whole new look. And let's just dry that off a little bit. And there we go. And it looks even more sort of speckled stone-like now. So, and there we have it. So there are our 3 easy, quick, simple, effective backgrounds just using DIstress Oxides. So, do I think they're worth it? Absolutely, 100%. I adore them. I think there are a multitude of uses for them. And I love the fact that they're coming out with new colours, and I really am hoping to see a lot more soon. So I really hope you enjoyed this little review and demo, and if you did, then please give it a like and subscribe down below, and leave me a comment. Let me know whether this is something you'd like to see more of, whether you'd like to see more product reviews and little demos with them, and I would be happy to do that for you. So thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye. See you next time. 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 See you next